Another big update for Salomon Snowboards for this upcoming season is going to be the evolution of the Salomon site. Now, the site has always been a really price-driven, all-mountain directional board. Now, this board has been on our line for a number of years. It was actually a filter-down board from the old man's board years ago. We created more of a price point model, and it's always been really consistent for us. But over the years, we realized it was really time for an update. So the site for this upcoming season is going to feature a brand new construction and shape. Now, what is the site, you ask? This is kind of like a Super 8, but more price conscious, but a little more of a center camber profile. This is like an all-over, do-it-all directional board. Okay, so think of like dad board, or somebody that just wants to predominantly ride one way, that doesn't spend too much time riding switch, that wants something to just cruise, carve, float, but won't spend too much time, throwing giant half cabs everywhere. So the site does feature a brand new mold, brand new shape for this upcoming season. It is a true tapered directional shape, so that's a major update. So the shape itself has been updated to include a 20mm setback and a 3mm taper on the tail. Now, 3 doesn't sound like too much, but it is enough to really help engage those turns and allow for a much better floating board. So it really does create just a much more all-over floating effect to a very price-driven snowboard. Now, this board does use some very simple and basic materials that keeps it very cost consistent. We've talked about the difference in the base materials. Like a lot of our boards we've talked about up to this point have featured a centered base. This is going to be a full extruded base. So extruded is going to be more cost effective. It's easy to fix. It's simple. It's kind of like a 1977 Honda Civic where the shit just never dies. It always runs. It just might not be the fastest out there. This board, it has been updated to include a quadratic side cut as well, so a tighter turning radius, more controllable, easier to initiate turns out of that turning radius with the new quadratic update. And our Aspen Select core, so it's a simple Aspen poplar core layup, just to give it that structural stability and the control that you need out of this board. So the board has been updated. There's major advancements in this one. One of the things also we included is we've updated the cork rails. So we've actually added a cork rail on this board for extra dampening, just to increase the eco effect of it, but also increase the value add for your customers. This is a great board for under $400 that can be ridden by absolutely anybody that just wants to get out and cruise, have fun, doesn't spend too much time riding switch, that might be looking at a board like the Super 8, but is on a little more of a budget. So the site update for this year, big change, wide range in sizing in this sucker, and definitely something to key on for this upcoming season. Check out the Salomon site for 22-23.